For many years now, we have been representing Alabama consumers who have been injured due to the negligence or recklessness of somebody. It might be a trucking company, a drug company, it might be just a simple car wreck case, whatever it may be. And in that world of injury lawsuits, there's a lot of propaganda about all these bogus lawsuits. And we need tort reform, and we need to stop these illegitimate lawsuits. And you know, there's some truth to that. There are some lawsuits that do not have any merit, that are bogus lawsuits. And lawyers that file those should not file them. Consumers that file bogus lawsuits should not file them. And so I agree, there are bogus lawsuits out there, and those should be stopped. But here's what's funny. These companies that are really just kind of shell companies for, or shams for big businesses that want to push their position, there's one type of lawsuit that they never talk about. They have absolutely no concern. And that is the bogus collection lawsuits. We see companies, Midland Funding, filing 100 lawsuits a week, Portfolio Recovery, sometimes 150, 200 lawsuits a week. And these companies are just filing all these lawsuits. And often they come into court. It's the day of trial. They've sued an Alabama resident, made that person take time off from work. They are completely stressed out about this. I've been sued. Somebody's trying to garnish my wages, garnish my bank account. And these people show up in court, and then these collection firms, these debt buyers that sue them, they show up at court, nothing, no proof. Now, maybe they have proof in every case but the cases we've handled. I think that's probably unlikely though. But they show up with nothing. It's just a pure shakedown, bogus lawsuit. They're just hoping people will pay. Either out of, I don't want to deal with this, or they think in their minds, well, it's too expensive to hire a lawyer, or, well, I've been sued, it must be legitimate. And it's really not. And I'm amazed at all the tort reform and anti-lawsuit abuse companies and organizations out there that say, oh, we're just trying to protect the integrity of the court system. Okay, that's fine. Well, why not look at this? When we have hundreds and thousands of lawsuits filed every year that are completely bogus. And think about the economic harm this causes. If these companies get $1,000 out of an Alabama consumer that they're not entitled to, well, if there's one case, that's $1,000. If there's 10 cases, that would be what? $10,000. If there's 100 of these, $100,000. If there's 1,000 of these, what would that be? $1 million, if my math is right? Well, what if we get to $10 million? You see where this is going? All that money, and we're talking about bogus lawsuits, not legitimate lawsuits. I think legitimate lawsuits should be filed, can be filed. Whether that's a car wreck, a train wreck, a drug case, medical malpractice, or a collection case. If it's legitimate, then file it. But when you start talking about $100,000 taken out of the economy, $1 million, $10 million taken out of our economy and sent to some bogus debt buying company. The reason I say bogus is that they're filing dozens or hundreds or thousands of bogus lawsuits, and I don't know what else to call them. They're a bogus, frivolous lawsuit filing company. They're not in Alabama. They're in South Carolina or Las Vegas or San Diego, California, Michigan, not in Alabama. So where is the outrage over all of these bogus lawsuits? I just don't see it. There seems to be the attitude of, well, look, we file these lawsuits. It's not economically viable for us to, I don't know, actually prove our case. And we've seen these guys come into federal court and go, Judge, yeah, we filed this suit. We have no proof. And and now John Watts and Stan Herring are suing us for these clients, and you can't really expect us to prove our case. We file so many. We've even had them say, Judge, we file so many lawsuits, you cannot expect us to even keep track of who we've sued. We sue so many Alabama people, we have no idea, and we shouldn't be held liable for that. Well, I think they should. And if you've been sued in a bogus lawsuit, then stand up and take action against that. And if you're watching this and you are a citizen and you're concerned about bogus lawsuits, then speak up. And if this message is getting through to a tort reform organization, an organization that's dedicated to fighting against abusive lawsuits, then hey, this is wide open. You can really do a lot of good in this area of the law. So we invite your help. We ask you to help, because there are all these lawsuits, and it's only a few lawyers that are actually standing up to this. We can't do this on our own. We need your help. So if you'd like to talk about this and you live in Alabama, or if you have an organization that operates in Alabama, pick up the phone. Give me a call, 205-879-2447. My receptionist will be glad to schedule an appointment with you by phone or in meeting, and love to talk to you, love to help you. Thank you.